Yeah, I'll create one more collection. Maybe I'll go into the collection. I would just create a landing page. So here created the first page, and here see the thing is, as I said in the SAP in the sender authentication package, if you buy some domain, they will already give a dedicated IP. That means they also, along with that, they would give us a private domain, like for example www.nestle.com or adidas.com or something they would give. Suppose if you activate that maybe in your name, for example www.zoomcar.com or something, so then that would come here. So currently there is no sender authentication package, so we got by default this exact target one. And classic has been deprecated. We don't use classic at all. There is no concept of classic. This was there when exact target was there, so we don't use this now. So we just go with the content builder. So here it's same like how we do it in a content builder. We discuss in detail when we discuss a content builder. So here as I said, we'll take a smart capture form. In that smart capture form, we can use this data extension, maybe select a data extension. So here you can take something like there are too many data extensions. Okay, I'll take this one. And also we have another two more, that is cloud-based data extension. That's a different concept. Email subscriber list is, suppose if you wanted to update some profile attributes, some profile preferences, so at that time you can use this. So currently, just for demo sake, we can go with this one. We use it when your journey builder has different entry criteria. There is a different entry criteria for journey builder, that's called as cloud pages. If that's the case, we can use this and we can put like for journey, we can put like this, so that this one will be enabled as an entry criteria for journey. So if you see the journey builder, there is a data extension, there is an API, there is a Salesforce, there is something called as cloud page also. So there, whenever you enter this data, automatically the journey would start. So that one maybe I can demo it when I'm going to demo the live, or but here just for you can remember this one, we can enable this. I'll tell you like when to use this. So here there are certain fields, maybe you can select these things. Yeah, that these things are enough. So done editing. And also if you want to do some submit options, just you can take some URL www.google.com, or maybe any thank you page, you can take it. And yeah, you can just put the form in the middle, and maybe we can give some background color to it, something like this. It's bad, but still you can give however you wanted to. And also you can do whatever fonts you want, and all these things you can put in the middle. And or if you are very good at HTML, maybe you can do some coding over here, add more links, add some pictures and all those things. Done editing. So this one, once you do it, maybe you can save it, you publish it, or maybe you publish it later, however it is. And also check how it works in mobile with the size, publish it. So once this has been published, so here once this is published, you get a link here. You copy the link, and let's go to this data extension. Let's go to email studio, and let's go to that particular data extension, and let's see what is there in this. So currently if you see, there is no data, this one. So now I'll paste this link, maybe I will enter some text here and name and email a@b.com, country, give it, and you submitted it. Now it got redirected because the redirection page I have given this. You can keep any number of redirections. You can keep one more page, and from one cloud page to one more cloud page, multiple cloud pages, you can put a lot of redirections if it is necessary. But now when you come and see in the data extension, so here if you see here, there is a record got created here. So there is a record. And also suppose if you want to create some registration forms or something to your data extension, you can just drag and drop this smart capture form and you can do it. And if you buy that entry criteria for journey builder, we can start the journey from here. You can send this registration form to someone, so they will fill it and they click submits. Once they submits, the journey automatically starts. That also we can do it. So this is just a overview of the cloud page, but the actual use of the cloud pages maybe in deeper we will discuss later when we discuss about more on development and all those stuff. So this is one. And coming to our pending topics, yeah, so coming to our pending topics currently, like today after we discuss, after session we would be lagging with SFMC administration, just to give you an overview. And also, this is like how to create a user, how to give access, what are the types of accesses. So that one, how to create a business unit and all those profiles, roles, permissions. So all these things comes under this one. So I will demo this one. And also we will discuss AMP script, that is normal AMP script and bit of advanced AMP script also. So two levels of AMP scripts we will be discussing. It's not so difficult, it's highly easy. You can just learn it in a couple of hours. Initially basic you can learn it, and also if you wanted to have advanced things I will explain you. But once you know how to execute it, how to use it, you can practice by yourself. It's not so difficult, but I will generally tell you like what and all the common things which is necessary in our day-to-day life for a marketing cloud developer. What is necessary, you would get to know. And SSJS, this is server-side JavaScript. This one I will tell you like how to execute this, where it should be used. So once if you know this one, because maybe all marketing cloud consultants and developers are not JavaScript developers, so that's a UI developers work. Basically in all the companies whom I work, there is always a web developer, so we will direct him like how to use SSJS. So we will give him some code snippets for which functionality what you have to use. So once you have to know what kind of a code you have to use, you have to know like how to operate this code. So if you are to that level, then it should be fine. You don't need a complete knowledge of SSJS. If you're really interested, you can do a deep dive into it, not a problem. But I will show you a right way how you can, and I will show you the horizons of this SSJS, and you will be able to work on it. And cloud pages, yes, there are certain things which is pending on the cloud pages, like for example building your own unsubscribe form, or maybe if you wanted to build some registration forms and all those stuff. So this one, I'm going to explain it in deeper. And also some web analytics, mobile analytics. And also we are lagging with some integrations, like starting from mobile integration, SOAP and REST integrations. There are a lot of events which happens on REST integrations and all those stuff, which is highly important in our daily life. So that I would explain you. And coming to Mobile Studio, we will discuss about push notifications, SMS, and mobile to mobile app integration, how to integrate and how, all those stuff. So this one we will cover there. And all Einstein features, like there are a lot of concepts like send time optimizations. There are different concepts in Einstein, like how to use Einstein split, how Einstein works in artificial way in a marketing cloud, or so those things I would be explaining. This is not all the companies use it, but for you it separates you from all other people, so it's better to know these things. Not so difficult, but it's highly easy. You can, if you once listen to this carefully, then you would be able to do it. And next is Advertising Studio and SFMC to SFDC connect. I'll explain you how to connect one marketing cloud to Salesforce, or how that connections are maintained, and all those permissions, all those stuff. So this one I will be explaining. And next one is a real-time org demo. Like I will explain you one complete real-time org, maybe like some 1 year old org or 2 year old org, like how people are working on it. So what and all the different campaigns, how did they categorize the things. So this one would be things. So almost like I gave an estimation of maybe 20 hours, and let's see if we could complete it before we do it, or maybe if it takes more. I cannot promise, but definitely on an average we need 20 more hours, 20 more hours. So I already informed it, so I just want to inform you guys also. And coming to this, yeah, and one more thing is here, the topic what I missed is the content builder, and the tomorrow's discussion and today's discussion I did not include in that. So still we are lagging with content builder and campaigns and certain things. So we will discuss that today and tomorrow. Now, so yesterday, continuation from yesterday's session, we discussed about the standard reports, and as I said, we also need to know about the custom reports. Like for example, maybe custom report. So this is, I would say, this one would be highly important, because once you go into a company, you have to see, definitely if your company is huge, you will be having some data scientists in your company, or if it is a small firm, then there could be a different ways. Either you have a person to maintain the data, or you don't have a person. If already there is a person, how you make it better? If there is no person, then you have to build everything from scratch. So when you go there, it's highly important. As I said, marketing cloud will not hold um, 6 months old data. I know you can generate the reports using the standard functionalities. You can go, you can, as I said in the yesterday's session, you can go take the reports, you can do whatever you want. You can either put it in FTP or you put it in a mail, you can do. But as a marketing cloud architect, it's highly important that you store your day-to-day data at one place. That means, suppose if any auditing comes, or if any person comes and asks you like, hey, come on, you are a marketing cloud developer, right? Tell me from past 1 year how many campaigns did we run. So you should be able to give them the proper data. And also they will be asking you like, can you tell me how many emails are bounced, how many people are subscribed our things, how many people unsubscribed it, why did they unsubscribe it. So how to handle unsubscribed people, for some reason they don't like our products, so how to engage those customers. So it's highly important to have a proper format data. That's the reason what we do is, initially, even if I go to a company, what I'll do is, it's important that we build some few data extensions. Could be like a data extensions for bounce, a data extension for subscribers, opens, clicks, or forwards, or maybe like journeys. It could be anything. Maybe could like there are a lot of things. How many list unsubscribes, publication lists. What is how many? How many people did not open from past 1 month? How many people did not open for particular campaign? Which campaigns are having a less performance? So there are a lot of questions which arises. So if you wanted to take that 1 year, 2 years data, you have to keep this data somewhere. So as a marketing cloud consultant, what you will do is, you have to build a data extensions, build a proper structure as per your company needs. You put some data extension, write some automations, pull the data from marketing cloud, like everyday data or every weekly data, you keep putting it in the data extension. So if you nicely organize this data into a data extensions, suppose if they ask, if someone comes and asks you for analytics, you'll be able to immediately, you will be able to give them the data. So how to pull the data? We know how to pull the data through reports, but dynamically, like if you wanted to have a customized version, like tomorrow I'll come and ask Gopi like, Gopi, can you please pull the data, what and all emails what we sent from past 3 days, can you please pull the clicks out of it? So those things we cannot go, and we cannot go to our catalog and search. So we have some methods to do it. So what is those methods? So that those methods are called as data views. If you see here, there's something called as data views. So this one is like um, some batch objects or some standard objects in Salesforce. So here, if you see here, there are a lot of things like bounces, clicks, the coupons and complaints you can ignore. So there is something called as jobs, opens, sent, so subscribes. There are a lot of things. Suppose if you wanted to see like how many people opens or how many sends, how many emails did we send. So here, if you go and click this sends, so here it has a lot of fields here. So if you see here, account id, and this one is by account id, it has the data type, everything. It is a list, job, subscriber, subscriber key, subscriber id. See, subscriber key is something what we decide. Subscriber id is something what system generates it for that particular subscriber. So this one, subscriber id, this one is in a system. And also the job id in the sense, this one also system generates. For example, what happens is I gave three campaigns. Like one campaign I gave it to Gopi, one for Ashok, and one for Ankan. So I asked you people to run the campaigns. So what you people do is, it is only for one campaign. All you people are doing the newsletters only, but 10,000 records, Gopi took it. So 10,000 records, Ashok took it. So like three people took 10,000, 10,000. When you people run, so for every, every time when you send it, it would be stored in the form of, it's like a transaction. So on one particular transaction or a function, you sent an email, so those would be recorded under this job id. Let me just take a small example. I'll tell you like how to fetch these things. Let us take this example. This is number of sends. How do you pull the sends? So here, what I did is, to be more quicker, um, yeah, I just created one data extension, just a sample data extension. I took everything as a text fields, like just a text fields, all with the size field. But you can take, like if you're trying to do some operations on or here, you can clearly take this. All these things should be, this should be text, this should be date, and this should be text, and this should be number. So you can take it like that. But what I did is, I just took everything in the form of text. So just for reference sake, if you take text, if you can typecast anything into text. So that's the reason I took it as text. Now how to pull the data? You just build an automation. So come here quickly. So here you go to automation studio, create an automation, just schedule it, which runs every night, maybe at 12 a.m. every night. So just take a SQL query, schedule it, create a new activity. So here maybe for cents, you just do something like this. So here what I will do is select, just take this fields here. Maybe you can take job ID, comma, list ID, batch ID. It's a date also, but let me take it as a text domain. So you just taken like this from. So here, if you go to this database, send. So all these things would be like this. Like send means underscore send. It comes like this. And if it's open means underscore open. So it has some specific names. It's a quick reference. You can come and you can take it whenever you wanted to from this. So you have given it. And also if you want to filter it out, you can give the date here. So since our data exchange has a different mapping, you can give it like this, like as 1. Just took it. And maybe what I can do is we can take like this. And you can put a alias like s, and here you can just put s dot, or you don't need because we have only one data extensions. So this one is last 7 days. So last 7 days I will take it. I'll put overwrite, go to take this, next, finish. 8 is required, so it says it needs 8 also, because no, there is no 8, we haven't used any 8, but let me take some data view from it. Just so now I'll save it. So I want to test this, or maybe I need to execute this one. So rather than schedule it, as we said, when it's a scheduled automation, you can just run this one. Click here, just run it. Yeah, it started and it got completed. So if you see here, I got the data of so many records. I'll go and see like what and all we got. So here, if you see this one, it's better that we did not give a proper mapping, but we'll see like what and all we have given. So here first is job ID. So this is a job ID. We have multiple job IDs here. And the second one is the list IDs. That means the IDs, whatever the list what we have created, so that one has ID. So all these things are sent with this. And third one is the batch, so how many batches it went. Like for example, all this, when you send an email, this breaks into chunks. For example, if you are sending some 10,000 records, automatically it breaks into some chunks, like 3,000 or 4,000 in a batches. So all these things went on one single batch. So here it comes as a batch ID, and next subscriber ID. So this is the subscriber ID, and subscriber key. So this is a subscriber key what we have decided to give. And next thing is the date, so when it was sent. So here is the thing which the date was sent. And also here what we have taken is the account, the domain. The text 7 is a domain. So what domain? It's a Gmail, and this is like multiple are from domains only. And the last one is text 8. The text 8 is the account ID. This account ID is nothing but, when you come and see here, this 106028. So this one, it depends on each and every account ID. So like which business unit it is. So it pulled from a different business unit because all subscribers is common for all the business units. So this one pulled from a different business unit. So this is what it is. And if you wanted to fetch from your list, like for example, you wanted to go for your list, and if you wanted to check there, you can just add a where condition. You can always add a where condition like this. Come here, put it like where domain is equal to this one, or where account ID is equal to this one, or maybe if subscriber key is this. If you wanted to pull for your subscriber key, you can always pull, like for example, like just pull it out where subscriber key is equals to 1. I don't know how many will come, but just for testing sake. So that's it. So you can do like this for everything, for not only this, for all other things also. If you see here, this is for sends, and also for opens, and these and all are the standard things. So these are not the fields what you wanted to open. So is unique is, whether the event, if it is like it's a boolean like zeros or ones. If it is 1, then yes, it is opened, or if it is 0, if it is not like not open. So it is like that. But here it behaves a bit differently. If it is 1, then it is not open. If it is 0, then if it is open. So that is how it works here in data views. So here also, if you wanted to see like how many people has opened it, you can just click, go here, you can tick, and who and all have opened it, that means who and all have a unique key as 1. So those are people who did not open it. So that comes like this. So we will discuss how these things are. And also same like the journeys of how to friends or clicks here, like how many people will click it. So what they have clicked it, what is the URL they have clicked it. If you use this, you will get all this information, like what they have clicked it and all those stuff. So this is one more thing. And also if you wanted to see unsubscriptions on the business unit, so this one, using this one, you have like every business unit, when you unsubscribe it, they have to give the reason. So this one would be captured, and what time, and who has created, what is subscriber ID for that. So those things would be here. And also the bounces, and what kind of bounces they have happened. So bounce category, bounce type, so all this, whether if it is hard bounce, soft bounce, so all these things you can pull it from here. So these are multiple data views. So here we can do it. I'll just show you few examples, some common examples, so that you will have more understanding on SQLs and all the stuff. So I just pulled few. If you see here, so this one opens in the last 30 days. If you see here, I just take this one. So here what I'm trying to do is, as I said, this one, the people who has opened it. So here who has opened it in last 30 days. And also you can give an email ID if you wanted to, and if you don't want, you can just give like this. So here what I'm trying to do is, if you want to find the opens first, you should always query the jobs. So jobs has certain um, attributes. So if you wanted to get, if I ask you like hey, come on Ashok, I wanted to have the email names, can you give me the email names of the people who have opened it. So what Ashok will do is, okay, Banu asked me for the opens, let me go here. If he goes here and he will see there is no email name here, there is no email name, then he'll say like, why there is no email name? Because in opens this is not captured. So what he'll do is, he has to go to job, because job is something which has an email name here. So here if you come and see here, it has a from name and email name, so everything, it has this information. So what he'll do is, he'll see what is common here. So it has a job ID which is common, and also he will go and see, and this has a job ID. So now what he has to do is, he has to join these two things, and he has to get it here. So now what we can do is, the same way I have done, what I have done is, like, we first we have to get that, as I told you, like we can whatever, if you're joining two things, if you're joining, we have to keep the name here. And also, when do you put a braces? When you're using special characters, it is recommended to put this braces, or if you don't want to put braces also, it is fine, because some people might have written a data extension like this, like demo space Banu. So these things, this demo space Banu, I cannot keep here. If I keep here, it will take demo differently, Banu differently, and it throws an error. So for that reason, if you put it like this, it takes. That means a special characters or maybe spaces. If you're putting it, then you put braces. And also if you're referring to multiple objects, I would say, or tables, then you put aliases. And also whatever you wanted to pull from the table, you put everything in the select section, you join them, what and all is common, you put it, subscribers, you put it, that's it. Once you, if you do it, you will get all the information. So here I am trying to find the people who has opened it. So this is what I have done. So now this one will, in last 30 days, how many people opened the emails, so we'll get this information with this. So this one, these are the functionalities which you will learn in, this is all the SQL functionalities. If people are good at SQL, you'll know these things, or you can learn, because there are very minor things like this date add, and this one, like what do you mean by this one, what do you mean by this one, you can just Google it out. So this one gets the date, it has, it creates a difference, and in, you know, it's date, month, and here, so these are the days. So this is, this one you can just Google it out and you can get to know what this method mean. So here this means event date greater than means it's minus 30, that is like last 30 days. You take last 30 days, the people who has opened the emails. This one, subscriber ID, subscriber ID means I have to query this one, and if I, then only I can join these things. Job ID, if I wanted to get it, I have to take a job and I have to join this. So once you do this, so you will get these days. So now what I will do is, instead of all these things, as text 6, but we have more. So what I will do is, like maybe I will put the same thing, like I can put the same, for example, maybe this one. Seven. Why I duplicated that is because we needed data which needs to be populated in all these things. So that's the reason I just duplicated it. I just want to see if this works. This is done. Just for, yeah, it should be fine. So I have executed this. Now you're going to see the automation is running. We've got only one. That means it shows that there is only one email which was open. Why did we get this? It's not true. take query. People who has opened the email in last 30 days. So here this is the one what I was trying, but for some reason I did not get this data. Just thinking like why. And sometimes the problem is, sometimes when you're working with these kind of things, so here most commonly the maybe the problem is maybe sometimes you will not have access for other business units. Sometimes you will not have access for all subscribers. So at that point of time, maybe sometimes you don't get the expected results. So what we will do is, could be the reason maybe we don't have admin access, so that's the reason we did not get it. Let's see if I could try this again, and we have some workarounds. We can try to do it. I'll try to put some workaround if this doesn't work. But you should have a view access. If you don't have a view access in all of the, on the all subscribers shops and all the stuff, your data will not be generated. Maybe that could be the only reason. Yeah, maybe that's the reason, but it's fine. But what we can do is, um, put ent dot and we can just give a try. Sometimes this will solve the problem. So this ent dot means which and all the places where you have access. Maybe it could be some parent business units, so it pulls from there. Maybe we don't have access to this. Yeah, open, so we don't get it like that. Yeah, the problem is again it's still the access issue only. Let's see, let's ignore that for now, because the thing is, maybe I try this query when we have admin access, and let me see if this we can crack this out. Or one more thing what I can say is, maybe let's take this one. This is like if you wanted to pull some subscriber status, like we can give it on the list name, maybe like this. This is like for example, if you wanted to get the subscriber status, so this one you can get it. It's based on the subscriber status, like what and all the kind of a data you can give some from some list name, and you can get it. And also there are multiple queries like this. For example, if you know if there is no opens and clicks, if you wanted to bring a person with there is no open and click, so this one you can select this one. That means a single one. Distinct means it just pulls, it will not pull a duplicate things. And also if you wanted to, we are just converting the send date here. That means it's in the date format, so we are converting it. And we are converting into a character. And it's like we are joining it, the multiple things. So we join it and we pull it. So these are certain things which I pulled it from my org. So these things we'll try, because the thing is, Maybe I can try this one, but the problem is we don't have admin access in this org. That's the reason we are not able to pull much of these things. But still, you can easily get this information. For example, if you want to query anything, um, maybe like this job information. So this, if you want to pull this job status, for example, which job ID, email ID or account ID, for example, from email or who has sent an email, and what type of MIME part, and the job status, like what status it is. And also if you wanted to find, so these basically we use this job as a major one, as a parent one, and rest of the things we use it because this one has the most of the attributes. Like if you wanted to pull the from name or from email or a schedule time schedule, so a lot of things like this. So this one, maybe you can try to query all this information. This will direct, if you do it directly, it will definitely happen, because the advantage is if you don't join with the things, and if you do it directly, it will definitely happen. But if you wanted to join certain things, then you might need to have admin access. So that I will check that why did we miss to have that access. But let me try to pull some subscribers. So this one, let me try to execute this. So this one, what we will do is let's see, subscribers, the subscribers, subscriber ID, subscribe online, email address, type of a subscriber, we can pull that. Also the status we can pull. Subscriber type. Since we did not put the date over there, it is trying to pull a lot of information. So this one, I think it will take some time to pull all the information here, because it must have a lot of information. It failed. See, the problem why it failed is, I'll tell you. Insert null into an, okay, the columns are not nullable, so that's the reason. Let's do one thing. Maybe this could be the reason why our previous thing also got failed, because everything was required, so that's the reason. Yeah, even our last one was failed because of this reason only. It's got successful, and we got only one record, and it says that this domain with this email ID unknown external system active. So what did we do? Yeah, undeliverable. So yes, so this one. Yeah, only one we have, that is this was not undeliverable because only one record till now everything got delivered, and this was the one which did not get delivered because of this reason, because of some unknown external system. Maybe for that reason it got bounced, so that's the reason we got this one. So you can, you can try to query all these informations. Maybe we'll get to know like what and all we have. Maybe in the opens you can just add all these fields and try to extract it. You will get to know like what do you mean by batch ID, what do you mean by domain, event date, and like try to query from the journeys. So you can pull all the information for which journey, what is the status, what is the version ID. You can try to put a lot of things and you can query it. I'll try to check the access by then. I'll try to provide access for this. So meanwhile you can try, before you try, you can try this one. So meanwhile I can give provide access for all these things so that you'll be able to access all the information. So yes, so this is like how you get the things from the database. And also like there was one requirement which I got it, and I did a blog on that maybe last year or something. For that I had a complete access on that one. So here my requirement was this one, like if you see here, my requirement was I just want to get the count. So they asked like they want to have like this, like what is a subscriber key, what is the type of a campaign, who sent an email, who received an email, the count of opens, clicks, unsubscribed. So this was the requirement what I have done it. So I just did this query, like we just added this one, and like from job I said the job is the one which has all the all the access for this. I mean it is the master uh, data view. You take that, and you're going to join the sends, and again join the subscribers, and join, and you take the count of it, and again join with jobs, take the count of it. So I executed it. When we execute this, we get this complete information, like what is the type of this, opens, clicks, unsubscribes, and all those stuff. So this is how we can do it. Maybe you can just give some trial and error on this one. And what I can do is I will take some queries from the orgs what I worked, and I would send you a few queries. Maybe I'll put it in the shared folder so you can run those and you can get more information. Like for example, the number of people from how to pull all the subscribers for one particular email, how many bounces, all those things. I would just write a series of queries and I'll put it. Maybe that it will be helpful for you for your future. Like whenever you wanted to do in your company, maybe you can do it. So this is about this data views. So this is how we can just query and you can automate it. So what I would suggest is when you go to your company, make sure that you create one data extension for the bounce and clicks and for everything like this journeys, opens, all these things. You just create all these data extensions for everything and you try to put it in one complete automation, and try to run every night. So when you try to run every night, so all these things would be populated. So all these things, try to append it, don't overload it, because when you try to pull last 10 years data or something, it would be difficult. So what you have to do is try to load only new records. That means everyday records, like you always have to query every day, like yesterday's you load it, and tomorrow you load yesterday's one, and today you load so it's like daily, one day every one day data you can query it and you can put it. Because if you put all the data at a time, the problem with SQL queries in this automation, so this SQL query, what happens is if you're trying to run a query for more than 10 minutes, for example, if your query is trying to pull the data for more than 10 minutes, it would throw an error, a transaction error would come. So that's the problem. So once if your nightly job fails, then you will not be able to get the data. So that's the problem. So always you have to put your emails, and even if something happens, you should get an email saying them that your automation is failed or something. How you can do it is, when you configure this one, right, you can put your email, you can give an email and you can get the notifications so that if it fails you will get to know. So this is about the data views. And next one is, um, I just wanted to tell you like what do you mean by campaigns. So these campaigns, 90% of people, they don't use it in marketing cloud because earlier these campaigns had a lot of value. So these campaigns are not like campaigns in Salesforce. So these campaigns are completely different. So I think this one also very soon it will get deprecated. For example, to be uh, to be more brief, these campaigns are used to categorize the emails. For example, I will tell you like, hey, come on Gopi, can you run campaigns for newsletters? So what Gopi can do is, he will create a newsletters, but there are newsletters which goes every month, there are newsletters which goes every 15 days, and there are newsletters which goes every week. So how to categorize this? If you do it, if you're doing this every week, on every year, if you're multiple times if you're doing it, the problem is, it's very difficult to categorize these things. So in order to categorize these things, we go for the campaigns. And also there is something called as tagging. So for all these campaigns you do some tagging. So tagging in the sense, it's just to find the differentiation. You give the colors, so based on the colors you can differentiate it. I just want to see whether if it works on this or earlier there was approvals for these things for campaigns, but now slowly it's getting deprecated. So I think what happens, I'll tell you like how this works. Let me show you like how this campaigns works. So when you're doing it, for example, let us create a campaign for the newsletters. So what we can do is, before creating campaign, let's create some tags. So come to setup. So these tags you can put it for journeys, you can put it for emails. Yeah, in Einstein also you can use tags. So here when you come to this feature settings, there is something called as tags. So here there is some, let's clean this out. So just create one fresh tag. So come here, create a tag. So this is like a monthly tag. So there is no previous tags in this. This is, let us monthly. So you saved it, and again you create this weekly. So this one, maybe you can put like even monthly also, because yeah, even in weekly also you can send monthly. So either you can nest this one or you can just put it like that, or maybe you can do this. This one, what you can do is this is weekly newsletter. So now if you see here, this has been nested here. So monthly are there, weekly are there, or maybe you can put daily, because you don't need to nest this. So this one's sent daily. So you can just create these tags. These tags, to be more brief, these tags are just used to categorize this one. So that is how you use tags, but there is no reason that this will not add any business value or anything for our day-to-day work. So here, if you wanted to manage it, you go here, and if you wanted to just add it again, you can do it. So once the tags are ready, so tags are here, what you can do is then you go into the campaigns. You go here, just create a campaign. It has a tags here, so you just create a campaign. For example, newsletter campaign, you are creating it. You can give some color, maybe green. So this one, what happens is maybe you can set a date for this to deploy. For example, deploy in the sense just this campaign coming into action, that's it. There is nothing much about it. For example, if you wanted to send a campaign, like maybe on 12th you wanted to send, so what you can do is you can select a owner for this. Here yeah, maybe not the campaign over, because you don't have an admin access here. Let me do one thing, just load off it and I will go as admin. Newsletters was in a color to it. Deployment date, maybe you have to deploy it on that particular time, and just select it, because you can give only administrators, the people who have admin access, you can give it to them, because then only this person would be able to approve your campaigns, or these persons will say okay, this is fine. It's just for approval sake, that's it. Only thing, when this is happening, this person will get an email, nothing else. You can give any campaign code, it's up to you. You can give any code for identification. Tags, you can give the tags whether you are sending it daily, monthly, or weekly. This monthly is nested with weekly, so that's the reason we are not getting weekly here. So imagine you are sending monthly here, you can just give a tags, just you have created it. And here this is under progress. So what you can do is you can say like okay, I completed the deploy. I think you can say that okay, I have done all the templates related to this, so this is ready to be deployed. So you can just give this, that's it. So your campaign is ready. So your campaign is ready, your tag is ready. Now how do you tag it to your emails? So you go to your content builder. So here you have to go to your some content related emails. For example, this one, if you see this email, this has some content. So what I will do is I will go into this email. So here, if I go into this, if you see here, there is an option here, there is some icon here. I can click this. I can tag it here. So here we have a lot of things. I can give some tags. So this I will be sending it daily. So I'll just click this, put done, save. So you just add a tag for this. Now what you will do is when you are the problem is for some reason I'm not getting color here, but ideally I should get a color here. Let's see, I'll refresh and I'll see. Here it is, but I did not get it because the thing is, you should have, we should categorize this one, the name, location, type, modified. I don't have option to select this one. This one I have added it. Added it, but also there's option which comes with the name of a campaign here. So once the campaign is here, I can see the color here. So all these colors I can sort it out through campaign. Here I can sort it out by name, I can sort it out by location, I can sort it out by customer key, but there is option which comes here, that is like a campaign. So when I click that, all the campaigns which is related to that particular color, like a daily related newsletters, would come there, it would come automatically there. So here maybe because of some reason, some admission permissions or some admin permissions, for some reason I'm not getting this one, but I will demo it. When I'm demoing in a real time, I will show you like how this campaign tagging works for this. But here, and also one more thing is, when you're how to connect your campaign. So here when you're sending an email, like when you go here into the email studio, it could be journeys or wherever it is, you can just tag them. So here, maybe when you're sending an email, and you just create some data extensions, maybe this one. Yeah, here you cannot do it because it's a old one, but when you're creating a new data extension, maybe when you create a new data extension, you can do this tagging. That means, suppose if you are doing your data extensions for just for campaign sake, so at that time you can tag it like this. For example, newsletter data extension, using it, it should be sendable. Once if it is sendable, then you can assign it to that. Click next, next. So now see, this has been sorted with this campaign. So all these newsletters, this color, so this is this is for this one. And also like currently I don't know whether we have this permission for this or not. So what happens is, generally I'm telling you, so when you build this template, for example, here Ankan has built this template. So once he built this template, what he can do is, there is something which comes over here, so that is called as approval process. So once what he can do is, he can submit for approval process. So once he submits it, this one, for example, he submits it and he goes away, then I will come here. Maybe if I'm the Stefan, so if I come here, when I go to approvals, so I will go and see here, it would be here like like my task in this, I have to approve this one. So what I can do is, I can see this and I can approve this. Only when I approve, then only Ankan gets a send option here, else Ankan will not get a send option here. See here, if you go here, there's a preview and test. Here this option will not come here. Here it will come like submit, submit for approval. So here you will get a approval thing only. So once he submits for approval, Stefan gets the task. So when Stefan gets approved, so then only this one will be eligible for preview and test. So that is a small thing which works. So ideally this was properly working in the email studio. That means it was generally, it was working in a marketing cloud. So recently they has deprecated it because people were not using it. So they have used it a normal approval process. This, why this happens is because maybe you are a marketing cloud consultant, and in your company, if you wanted to send out an email, so you are not authorized to send any kind of email. Why this happens is because if you see here, in the send classification, classification, it could be there could be some secret information in your company, and also there could be a reason that the sender domain, what you are sending, could be highly sensitive. So they say that they don't want you to send an emails with company email ID to some wrong misuse. So for that reason, they adopted this. Now you cannot send a, if you enable that, you cannot send an email to any person, but until and unless if the person approves it. The problem with this org is why they haven't enabled this one is you cannot test any email. That's the problem. If we enable that one, you will not be able to send any emails. All the emails what you send, it comes for approval, then the admin should sit and he has to keep approving, then only you'll be able to send. So that's a little bit of a painful process. So that's the reason we have disabled that. But ideally how you can do is this campaigns, one, you have to go for approval process, and you can just add tagging so that you can categorize it. So apart from that, there is nothing much about this campaign. Also in the journeys, also using journey builders, also you can use the same tagging technique. See here also we have this tag option. You can, we are not here while you are creating a journey, we can create some taggings here, like when you create a journey and when you are saving it, we can try doing it. When you're doing it, you will get an option for tagging purpose, so you can just tag this out. You can there is an option called as campaign when you are adding an email to this, so you can see like how that works. So I can show you right now maybe. So if you're doing this, when you come down here, no, this one, it went to analytics. Not here, but yes, you can do that. Maybe you can try when you're creating your journey, maybe next time when you're adding an email, because there's already an analytical phase, so you'll have an option to give the tagging for that for the journey, so you can tag that also. So that is about tagging. There's much about campaigns and tagging related. So do you have any questions? So tomorrow, maybe we'll be discussing about content builder, which is highly important in our current email studio. So once we finish this content builder, then we will cover the A/B testing and all those stuff. Because if you wanted to do A/B testing, definitely you need to have a proper content. So here, content builder, first of all, we would be try to build a message, a normal email template, and also we will learn how to or paste an HTML and make a template, and how to build up blocks, multiple blocks, and using those blocks we can build a template. And also if possible we can try to build some SMSs and push notification related things tomorrow, so that would be useful for us for a content detective thing. Content detection is something uh, which measures the performance of a email, like A/B testing. You can do it when you can do A/B testing when you have a different domains. For example, if you are sending an email, imagine that you have a different sender profiles. Like for example, you have a sender profile to send it to China and send it to for example US. So what I'll do is, sitting in Germany, I'll send two emails, one to China and one to US, and I'll see like which one is doing a proper performance. So when I have two different domains, then my A/B testing would be highly successful. So if I don't have that, so what sometimes we do is we just do a content detection. So content detection is something which is there in this content builder, which measures the performance of your email. So what are all the prerequisites which we need to keep in mind before building an email template, how to build a text, what is pre-header. So all those things, first we would try to build one email template without any hassle, and then later we will try to add AMP script. So from Monday onwards we'll start AMP script development. So at that point of time we will develop one more level of email templates, so that we can make it more personalized. So that is something which we will be covering tomorrow. So do you have any questions related to yesterday's session or maybe before that or anything?
Yeah, so, actually, Bhanu, in Email Studio, there is an option while sending the mail, deduplication, right?
Yeah,
So, so suppose I have 10 emails with the same mail address. So when I
yeah.
select this deduplicate option, so which subscriber the mail gets delivered to?
It will be for the first subscriber.
Okay, it so it picks up the first one.
Yeah, the thing is, see, the subscriber ID, basically that pulls, that takes randomly. There is no, even I tried on that one because, for example, you take a subscriber key with a one and put Ankan's email ID, put two Ankan's email ID. If I put all those, like if I put 10 and if I put it, and if I enable this deduplication, multiple times I have seen it was taking the first in the data extension, whichever first one is there, it takes that sometimes, and sometimes it pulls dynamically, we cannot say. But that is, at the end of the day, it would send an email to only one person.
Hmm.
And
Understand.
as a best practice, if you follow the best practice, one email definitely should have only one subscriber key. You should not have like multiple subscriber keys for the email.
Yeah, that should be the ideal case.
Yeah, that should be. And one more thing is, if you see here, in a contact builder, I'll show you one more thing, because how it measures is, so if you go to all contacts here,